Hi, and welcome to this FORNAV coffee break. My name is René Brummel. I'm a product specialist at FORNAV, and I will be your presenter today. As this coffee break is live, you can ask your questions via the GoToWebinar question window. We will answer them at the end of the coffee break. Today, we will discuss all the recent updates and improvements for e-invoicing in Business Central. This coffee break is in addition to our earlier e-invoicing coffee breaks, where we discuss the flow of sending and receiving e-invoices and customization. We will link to these coffee breaks later in the video and in the comments. This coffee break is mostly about updates to our e-invoicing app, which supports ZUGFeRD and XRechnung. However, FORNAV E-Invoicing and FORNAV PEPPOL both have a dependency on standard Business Central e-invoicing. These extensions expand the standard functionality, and as such, they share a common setup with them. We will link to the standard Business Central setup later in the video and in the comments. To demonstrate the e-invoicing updates, I'm going to use these steps. Prerequisites, what do I need to get going? In step 2, I will discuss profiles and versions. In step 3, I will show the new note function. In step 4, I will enable ZUGFeRD per customer. Let's start with the first step. Today I will be working on a Business Central on-premise server with the Business Central 2025 Wave 1 release. I've installed the FORNAV customizable report pack and FORNAV e-invoicing. Of course, everything I do today will also work in a cloud environment. The first thing we need to do to generate e-invoices is to decide which profile and version we need to use. There is no right and wrong here. You need to decide what is correct for your specific requirement. One thing to observe is that not all settings will work together. All the relevant settings are on the FORNAV setup page. We have tested all combinations with various validation tools, and we will continue to make sure that we support all the latest changes and updates. The QR code points to the setup guide, which has this and more information. The setup guide also has links to guide you to a validation tool that you can use to test the e-invoices. So, in short, all you need to do to set up the FORNAV e-invoicing is go to the FORNAV setup page. And on the FORNAV setup page, we have the ZUGFeRD fast tab, and in there you can choose a profile. And at the moment, it is set to none, so we're not sending any ZUGFeRD attachments to our invoices. And you can set it to whatever profile suits your need. For this webinar, I'm just going to set it to extended with version 23, which we look at our little table. Extended works with version 2.x, so that's fine. And just to test, let's open a posted sales invoice and send it to a PDF. That gets me the invoice. And if I open the invoice, you will see that I have the attachment with the factor X. And if I open this, I won't bore you with the entire XML, but you can see that it has the embedded XML that you need for ZUGFeRD. So that's the basic and first setup. In Germany, businesses must include not only tax-related information, but also legal company details on invoices, even when sent in electronic formats like ZUGFeRD. This includes things like the commercial register, registration number, and names of managing directors. These details must be part of the XML file that is sent with the invoice. And because Business Central does not provide dedicated fields for this information by default, we have introduced a solution within the FORNAV setup. And the solution, you may have noticed it already when I was just there. If I open the FORNAV setup, there is the note right here. And if I put my legal information in there and send our invoice again, send it to PDF and open it. Open the attachment, you will see that now we get the legal information in the included note. And finally, in some cases, you may only want to send PDF files with embedded e-invoices to some customers. And to accommodate this, we have created a function to only send the embedded e-invoices to selected customers. So let's once again open the FORNAV setup. Where we have the last setup on the setup page, enable per customer. I will switch this on. Which means that if I now print, I didn't want to print this, I wanted to send it. Print and send to PDF. Open it in Adobe again. You will notice that we don't have the embedded XML in the PDF file. It only gets there when, if I open the customer, we'll find on the invoicing fast tab, I have a add ZUGFeRD attachment. If I switch this on, print, send to PDF. You will notice that now, once we switched the feature on, we have the embedded XML once again, which works perfectly if you have customers, for instance, in Germany and in other parts of the world, where some customers don't want the embedded XML in the PDF files. Let's recap what we just did. We found that FORNAV has advanced features to work with e-invoicing. We have support for ZUGFeRD and XRechnung, and we even offer a PEPPOL access point, all part of the same comprehensive FORNAV license. And talking about PEPPOL, we are now able to send PEPPOL invoices to our partners, and we can receive PEPPOL invoices from our vendors. Please contact us for more details about that. We have recently expanded our e-invoicing setup with more profiles and versions, legal information, and embedded e-invoicing per customer. As promised, these are the links to our earlier coffee breaks about e-invoicing, which you can of course find on our YouTube channel and on our coffee break homepage. And since FORNAV extends the standard Business Central e-invoicing, we need to do some specific Business Central setup as well. We have found that these settings are typically set up in any new database, but they are missing in older converted databases. The QR code on this page will take you to a detailed setup guide, and of course we will link to that in the video comments. Thank you very much for listening to me so far. I can see we don't have any questions, so I'm going to wrap up this coffee break. If you want to know more about FORNAV, or if you want to download the FORNAV toolbox, please visit our website. If you want to install FORNAV in Business Central Cloud, please visit the Microsoft App Source. You can watch more videos about FORNAV on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions about FORNAV, please email them to support@fornav.com. For a full list of upcoming and recorded coffee breaks, please visit fornav.com/coffeebreak. Thank you very much for joining me today, and goodbye.